So I thought I'd talk to you about polycystic ovaries because a few times I've mentioned things on the Sausage Mama Facebook page, and those of you with polycystic ovaries have been like, what? I didn't know anything about that. So this might help someone who has polycystic ovaries and who wants to conceive, or just someone who has polycystic ovaries and wants to know what could be in store for them. So I used to have, when I was like, I don't know, 12, 13, 14, really horrific periods, really heavy periods, and acne. And so I was reading an article about Posh Spice, and she said that she had polycystic ovaries and that the symptoms were heavy periods, acne, hirsutism, which is like more hair on you than other people, and I had that. I had darker, hairier arms, and a bald father, and I was like, my dad's bald, and I can't remember, irregular periods I think too, and painful periods. What is it? Hang on, I need to go see the bath. Apparently. Oh, I should totally not be sitting on the floor, but I am. So, yeah, I went and had an ultrasound, and they confirmed that I did have polycystic ovaries. So I had that monitored every couple of years. Wow, a red bus. We're going to go on your train track, my car? Oops, oh, it fell in your mouth. Oh no. Not for pushing. Thank you for listening. Yeah. Oh, it's a bit dark. Put your finger on your nose. Put your finger on your nose. Oh, ow. So why can't they fix that? Not for pushing. Quinn, stop. Not for pushing, Quinn. Quinn, stop. 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 Thank you. Thank you for listening. You don't like making videos. Not for touching, Quinn. Yay. Quinn. I can't film this now. I have tried several times to start this DVD on the floor like we usually would or whatever. Oopsie. But it just hasn't worked. Quinny's got yogurt and food colouring just to play with, but it turns out he wants to eat it now. Sausage Mama, so I thought I would share it. At the time I started seeing my... Do we paint on the walls? No. Up. You ready? 1. Quinny. Quinny. You're all green and you're very tired. Okay. 1, 2, 3, up. I'm sorry. Okay, I was going to wait till Quinny was up, but I'm so behind with these videos, I just need to get them up, otherwise I'm just going to be overwhelmed. So, so from 15, every couple of years I would have a scan and they would check out my cysts and give me a report but never explain anything. Or they would say how many cysts were there but they wouldn't say how many you should have. There was never an offer of treatment. All I was told was just go on the pill, which is just more hormones, and that's what we did because that's all we could do to deal with my periods because they were just so awful. And basically come back and see us when you want to have a baby. So they never took me seriously, and I've said it before, but GPs know a little about a lot and they don't know a lot about polycystic ovaries. So if you have it and you're wanting to know more about your condition, even if you're not looking to have a baby, I really recommend going to see a specialist about it, because those of us who have it, 40% of us have a gluten intolerance that people don't know about, and so by going gluten-free and low GI, you can reduce the pain of your periods. I was having gluten-free bread, and my specialist was really happy with how my cysts were minimising. over time, and then in a 2-week period I'd only had gluten-free low GI bread, and he was gobsmacked at how my cysts reduced, and that was just before I fell pregnant. So I really believe that having that new diet helped me fall pregnant. Also, for those of you who don't understand how gluten intolerance works, or I'm pretty sure this is celiac or gluten intolerance, whatever. I haven't been confirmed that I have it, but I know that I have it. Inside your stomach you have like these little hairs called villi, and they absorb all the nutrients from your food. If you can't tolerate gluten, the gluten eats away at the villi, so you don't have anything to absorb nutrients, so everything just passes through you. So it's no wonder if you can't get any nutrients that women with polycystic ovaries have a really increased risk of miscarriage, because you can't support the baby because you haven't got anything for it. So yeah, a lot of people don't know that. So yeah, I wasn't taken seriously because I wasn't extremely overweight. I was in the healthy BMI. So my GPs were like, you'll have no problem getting pregnant. And it turns out they just wanted me to try for a year before they would forward me on to a specialist. I wasn't happy with that because they weren't telling me to go low GI. There was nothing. I had to consult Google. So I decided to go to a bulk billing doctor who I'd never seen before, and I just said to him that I needed a referral to a specialist because I'd been trying for a baby for a year. He didn't care, he just wrote the referral. I just told him who I wanted to go to, and that was it. So I think there was a couple of months waiting list to see him, and I walked in and I just said, this is the situation, and he was like, awesome, okay. Did a scan, checked all my hormones and everything, and he just talked to me like I was a normal person, not some hypochondriac at the GP. And we set up a plan to fall pregnant. I think within a year we were ready to try. And I also had my tubes unblocked, which doesn't actually, he reckons it's not a procedure to make you fall pregnant, but there is a real high spike in pregnancy rates after people have had this procedure. So dye is injected through the ovaries to see if there's any blockages. Once I had that, I actually started ovulating, because he confirmed that I wasn't ovulating. So if I had been trying for a year, it would have been stressful and useless because nothing would have happened. So it was really a nice moment for him to say, well, if you'd listened to your GP, you just would have been a year older and you still wouldn't be pregnant. So we'd be right where we are right now. So it just seems pointless. So if in your heart you're not happy with your doctor, go see someone who knows what they're talking about. And then I went back and saw that GP after I had Quinny, and she was like, see, you didn't have any problems falling pregnant. I'm like, well, actually, yeah, I did. And interestingly, my auntie has had, sorry, it's really cold, the same sort of periods as I had, like having to have a day off work or school once a month, accidents all the time. It's just horrific. She was trying for a baby from 18, and I think she was 24 by the time she fell pregnant, and she only fell pregnant by having her tubes unblocked. And my sisters have polycystic ovaries too. My older sister, once I'd had this procedure done, basically she took what my plan was and to her obstetrician, and they basically did the same thing, and she fell pregnant without even trying after having the procedure done. So really recommend it, and I think I'm running out of time, so hopefully I'll get this up now. And sorry Quinny wasn't in this section, but hopefully he'll be well rested for our next video. Okay, oh my god, I have to go back to bed. See ya.